Based on the nucleotide sequence present on mRNA, there is synthesis of proteins in which amino acids are bound together. And this protein synthesis is taking place in ribosomes. Where ribosomes are present? Ribosomes are present on rough endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum. Where endoplasmic reticulum is present? Outside the nucleus. Outside the nucleus, especially nuclear membrane has two layers. Outer nuclear membrane or outer karyotheca. Outer karyotheca or what? Ectokaryotheca. Outer one is there na? That outer karyotheca has infolding, that is called as what? Endoplasmic reticulum. On that endoplasmic reticulum, there may be presence of ribosomes. If ribosomes are present, then it is called as rough endoplasmic reticulum. On surface of rough endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes are there. That ribosomes are involving in protein synthesis. Okay, in previous class, here I told you the nucleotide sequence which is present on mRNA are arranged in the form of 3 nucleotides as a set. That arrangement of 3 nucleotides into one decoding unit is called what? Genetic code, and genetic code dictionary, and what mutations are taking place in genetic code, that we discussed in previous class. See, before going to mechanism of transcription, I told you we need to discuss about how amino acids are involving, how tRNA is transferring, like that some processes we need to see before the mechanism. First of all, let us see how proteins are synthesizing, then you can understand this. Say this, how proteins are synthesizing means in ribosome molecule. Suppose ribosomes have 2 subunits, you know, a smaller subunit and larger subunit. Prokaryotic ribosome is 70S ribosome and eukaryotic ribosome is 80S ribosome. Ribosomes involved in two functions. When I go to ribosomes, there I will explain. I will explain individual ribosomes function. I will explain tRNA structure. I will explain codon anticodon interaction also. I will explain. See here, ribosomes are there. That ribosomes combine with mRNA first. This mRNA has genetic code. Okay, that is genetic code. Suppose X, Y, Z is there. Okay, so this is ribosomes have RNA. Ribosomes have RNA. That means what is the RNA present here in ribosomes? rRNA. And what is the RNA that is carrying information for protein synthesis? mRNA, messenger RNA. And tRNA is transferring amino acids. Based on the nucleotide sequence or that genetic code sequence present on ribosomes, this tRNA brings amino acids. This is a tRNA molecule. This tRNA has anticodon sequence, we already know. With the help of that anticodon sequence, this tRNA combines with this codon. Codon of mRNA, anticodon of tRNA will bind together. 3 nucleotide sequences. The 3 nucleotide sequence which is present on mRNA is codon, and which is present on tRNA in reverse direction, that is anticodon. They will bind together. Similarly, for next codon also there is one incoming tRNA that brings one more amino acid. Here now these 2 amino acids are joined. Then this amino acid will separate from the tRNA and the tRNA will leave. Then one more codon will be there now. To that there is another tRNA will bring amino acid. Now 2 amino acids are present here. These 2 amino acids will detach and bind with this amino acid by forming peptide bond. Like that, based on the genetic code. Suppose here AUG is there means methionine will come. U is there means phenylalanine will come. Okay. CUA means leucine. CUG means leucine. Okay. AUC means isoleucine. Like that, amino acids are brought by tRNA, many tRNA molecules based on the number of genetic codes present on mRNA. Okay, that is not egg shaped. I will explain. That is not eight shape. tRNA structure only I wrote like that. I will explain. Okay. This is what happening here in protein synthesis. Here this is the tRNA. tRNA originally has this structure, clover leaf model in 2D structure. tRNA has a clover leaf model in 2D structure. In 3D structure, it is L-shaped. Okay, we will see that. So, like that, based on the genetic codes present on mRNA, many tRNA molecules will bring amino acids. That amino acids are joined together, and by joining of that amino acids, there is formation of large chain of amino acids, which we are calling protein or polypeptide. Like that, proteins are synthesized from the mRNA by a process called translation. Based on the genetic code sequence present on mRNA, there is synthesis of this protein. This is overall process. This mechanism is clear in detail. We'll go later. Okay. For better understanding of this, how tRNA is binding to that, why there is interaction, I gave you brief idea about that protein synthesis. We will see that mechanism in detail. Initiation, elongation, and termination steps are there again. Okay. See now, first amino acids are coming here, right? Amino acids are transferred by what? tRNA. tRNA is carrying amino acids. Here that amino acids which are involving in protein synthesis, that amino acids will get attached to tRNA, and that attachment of amino acid to tRNA is called activation of amino acid. Binding of tRNA with amino acid. Okay, for the transfer of amino acid to ribosome. Amino acids may present somewhere, and they need to transport to the ribosome. Why? Because proteins are synthesizing in ribosomes, so amino acids are needed in ribosomes. So to transfer that amino acids into ribosomes, that amino acids will bind with the tRNA. That binding of amino acid with tRNA is called as activation of amino acid. See what is here? Binding of amino acids at 3' end of tRNA. Binding of amino acid at 3' end of tRNA. See, right, see now, tRNA structure, that A-shaped structure is a tRNA, like that you asked. The tRNA structure I am writing here. tRNA structure you know already, right? tRNA is also called as transfer RNA. It has this structure. Okay. You already know that. Do I need to teach tRNA again? In biomolecules, we saw the structure of tRNA. We need tRNA again. Then see the tRNA. First see the tRNA. Then how that amino acids are attached to tRNA, that we will see. Okay. See now, tRNA. tRNA stands for transfer RNA. What is its function? It carries amino acids to protein synthesis, which is taking place in ribosomes. This tRNA is a single nucleotide chain. Single nucleotide chain means single-stranded polynucleotide chain. Single nucleotide means only one nucleotide, like that you may think again. Here it is a single-stranded RNA molecule that has stem loop structures. This became very bigger. We will increase this size also. This is the tRNA structure. I will give notes. tRNA has this structure. It has 5 prime end, 3 prime end. At 3 prime end, there is presence of CCA-OH group. Because 3 prime, every polynucleotide chain has 5 prime, 3 prime end, 5 prime end has a phosphate, 3 prime end has OH group. And there are 5 arms, each arms have a double-stranded paired stem and single-stranded loop. This is totally called arm. There are 5 arms like that. What are that arms? 5 arms present here. This is double-stranded region. This is called acceptor arm. This is called T-Psi-C arm. This is variable arm. This has anti-codon sequence, so it is anti-codon arm. This is DHU arm. Like that, there is presence of 5 arms which have stem loop structures in tRNA. There are 5 arms. Okay, here the double-stranded regions are formed due to complementary nucleotides. Here double-stranded means this is not a double-stranded molecule. It is only one strand molecule only. Ray, wait, I will tell you how amino acids are activated. I will tell you. Please be patient. This is the tRNA structure. This is tRNA structure. That tRNA which is present here, it has, it is single-stranded polynucleotide chain. Single-stranded polynucleotide chain. It has a 5 prime phosphate and 3 prime end. 5 prime end has a free phosphate group and 3 prime end has OH group which has a CCA followed by OH. Cytosine, cytosine, adenine. 3 prime end is longer than 5 prime end normally. Okay? And this tRNA has some double-stranded regions in middle. Due to formation of that double-stranded regions, there is formation of some double-stranded stems and single-stranded loop-like structure. One double-stranded stem and one single-stranded loop totally called 5 arms. Like that, there are 5 arms totally. One is acceptor arm which has no loop, only stem. No loop, only stem. That is acceptor arm. Why this called acceptor arm means it accepts amino acid for transfer. To carry amino acid to ribosomes, tRNA accepts or binds with amino acid at 3' OH group of acceptor arm. That's why the name is given acceptor arm. Then T-Psi-C arm. Why? Because there is presence of a sequence thymine pseudouracil cytosine. Thymine pseudouracil cytosine sequence is present in that arm. So a modified nitrogen base pseudouracil is there. That's why it is called T-Psi-C. Variable arm. It has only loop, no stem. That's why the name variable. Anticodon arm. Anticodon, I told you. What is the function of anticodon? Anticodon is opposite to the genetic code. Genetic code is called codon. So this anticodon is complementary to the genetic code or codon. So this anticodon binds with codon on genetic code. That's why it is called as anticodon. 3 nucleotide sequence present here. That 3 nucleotide sequence present here is called as anticodon sequence. As anticodon sequence which can bind with mRNA is present in this arm, so it is called as anticodon arm. And finally DHU arm. There is presence of another nitrogen base called as dihydrouracil. Dihydrouracil nitrogen base is present in that arm, so it is called as DHU arm. So this is the structure of tRNA. This tRNA can transfer amino acid by binding that amino acid at 3' OH group, and this tRNA can combine with what? 5' with genetic code on mRNA with the help of anticodon. T-Psi-C arm and that which one? DHUM, they also have some role, but majorly acceptor arm and this anticodon arm are involving in translation process. Okay, write down. Note down the notes for tRNA structure. Before to that, here, how many codons are there? How many codons are there that can code for 20 amino acids? Chandana, what Chandana? Vikram, good answer. Harini, wrong answer. Indra, 31. No. Yes, Blessington, very good. Madhivaran, good. Sriharini, wrong. Sibi, wrong. Angeline, wrong. Tamilinian, Jansi, good. How many codons are there? Sriharini, now you told. Dharan Kumar, wrong. How means? Total 64 codons are there, not 20 or 3. 64 codons are there. That 64 codons have 3 subcodons. As 3 subcodons are there, remaining are coding for 20 amino acids. Yeah, to code for 20 amino acids, there are 61 codons. 61 codons are there means there should be 61 anticodons also. Yes or no? 61 codons are there means there should be 61 anticodons. That means there should be at least 61 types of tRNA. 61 types of tRNA molecule should be present based on the anticodon sequence. But according to Hubble hypothesis, 20 tRNAs are enough to code for 20 amino acids. So there should be at least 20 different tRNAs according to Hubble hypothesis. Because there is a genetic code is high specificity, I told you. As genetic code is highly specific, it can combine with only particular anticodon and it can bring only particular amino acid that is more specific. Okay, note down. tRNA is a single stranded RNA which constitutes 10 to 15% of total cellular RNA. 10 to 15% of total cellular RNA. And has 75 to 80 nucleotides. 75 to 80 nucleotides with 25,000 Daltons molecular weight. 25,000 Daltons molecular weight. Next point. Francis Crick proposed that presence of an adapter molecule presence of adapter molecule that reads mRNA and bind with amino acids. Next point. The tRNA then called soluble RNA or sRNA. You are writing T na, instead of that write a small s, lowercase letter. sRNA. was known before the genetic code. tRNA has 5 arms according to most accepted clover leaf model. Okay, variable arm, intramolecular complementary bases form stem and unpaired regions form loop. Unpaired regions form loop. Okay, now write one by one. Acceptor arm. It has 5' phosphates and 3' OH groups. Five prime phosphate and 3' OH group. Amino acids bind with 3' OH of acceptor arm. 3' OH of acceptor arm. Not 31. It is 3'. 3' OH of acceptor arm. Then An anticodon loop has bases. Bases means three bases, three nucleotides, three bases complementary to the genetic code. Bases complementary to the genetic code. Okay. Modified nitrogen bases. Next point. Modified nitrogen bases. Dihydrouracil and pseudouracil are present in DHU arm and T-Psi-C arm. DHU arm and T-Psi-C arm. Next point. In secondary structure, secondary means a 2D structure, right? In 2D structure, secondary means a 2D. In 2D structure, RNA appears as clover leaf. RNA resembles clover leaf. tRNA especially. In secondary structure, tRNA resembles clover leaf. In 3D structure, tRNA resembles inverted L-shaped actually. L-shaped. Okay. What is that inverted L-shaped means? Diagram 3D structure is not needed here. Just I will show with the help of book. Where is this book? Molecular basis of inheritance. Yeah. Just I am showing the structure of 3D structure of tRNA. This is 3-dimensional shape of tRNA molecule. This is no need to draw the diagram. Just to mention, in 3D structure, 3D shape, it is appearing as inverted L shape. Okay. Because the question may come in 3D structure, a tRNA resembles which form? L-shaped or inverted L-shaped. That is answer. Okay. Right. Here this tRNA is combining with that mRNA with the help of codon-anticodon interaction. So tRNA is also called what? tRNA is also called soluble RNA or sRNA or adapter molecule, which is also called as adapter molecule. Okay. This is tRNA molecule. Then this amino acid activation, this is tRNA is complete. To this tRNA there is binding of amino acid. How amino acids are binding with this tRNA molecule? See now. Here tRNA is there. The tRNA structure I wrote like this. the same tRNA, the cloverleaf structure, I wrote like this. That structure, one fellow asked us, sir, that is 8 shaped, sir, like that. Okay. Anyway, this tRNA combines with an amino acid to the 3' OH group of this tRNA. This is 5' end, 3' end, CCA. That is, this is a clear structure. That clear structure I am not mentioning here. This combines with one amino acid. What is general formula of amino acid? Anyone? What is the general formula of amino acid? RNH2. RNH2. That is amino group, right? RCH NH2 COOH. This is what amino acid general formula. This combine, which one? Amino acid plus tRNA will combine. When this amino acid and tRNA are combined, that COOH group of this amino acid and 3' OH group of tRNA, they will bind each other. This is amino acid OH group that will combine with C double bond O CH NH2 R. Okay, this tRNA which is bound to this amino acid is called as amino acyl tRNA. Amino acyl tRNA. See here, this is what amino acyl tRNA, and the binding of tRNA to the amino acid is mediated by an enzyme called amino acyl tRNA synthase. Amino acyl tRNA synthetase or synthase. Amino acyl tRNA synthase or amino acyl tRNA synthetase is an enzyme that adds an amino acid to the tRNA molecule. So binding of amino acid with tRNA is carried by amino acyl tRNA synthetase. Here I told you there are 20 different types of tRNA molecules at least. There are at least 20 different tRNA molecules. Suppose one tRNA molecule which is carrying a particular amino acid. Suppose this is, if it is methionine, then the tRNA which is carrying this methionine is called as methionine tRNA. That methionine tRNA, if it is bound with an amino acid, this amino acid will come. When that amino acid is bound with the action of this amino acyl tRNA, that methionine tRNA will be bound with this methionine tRNA. Then that tRNA which is activated or activated amino acid, that is called methionine tRNA methionine. Methionine tRNA methionine. What is this point? I will explain you. Wait. This is amino acyl tRNA. The amino acyl tRNA is also called charged tRNA. Charged tRNA. And the binding of amino acid with tRNA is there, na? That is also called charging of tRNA. Binding of tRNA with amino acid is also called as charging of tRNA. This is a free tRNA molecule now. Which one? This one is a free tRNA molecule. That free tRNA molecule, when it is bound with an amino acid, that is called as amino acyl tRNA or charged tRNA. And this attachment is called what? Charging. See, this is one tRNA which is responsible for binding with methionine, and this tRNA can transfer methionine. Methionine tRNA means that is responsible to carry methionine, because I told you there is at least 20 different types of tRNAs. Each tRNA is carrying one amino acid according to that Hubbell hypothesis. I told you there are 20 different amino acids at least. Actually 61 tRNAs are needed, because there are 61 codons. As there are 61 codons, there is a need of at least 61 codons. But according to Hubbell hypothesis, for every amino acid, at least one amino acid, for every amino acid, there should be at least one tRNA. So there must be presence of at least 20 tRNAs. So a tRNA which is carrying methionine is called as methionine tRNA. This is normal. Methionine tRNA means methionine is not bound. Methionine tRNA means tRNA which is responsible to carry methionine. Okay. If that tRNA which is responsible to carry methionine, if it is bound with methionine, then it is called as methionine tRNA methionine. That means methionine tRNA bound with methionine. This is what we are calling amino acyl tRNA or charged tRNA. What happens to H atom? Arey, what fellow? Who is that? OH is there now. OH, COOH. They will be eliminated as water molecule, so they can combine. What doubt? Silly doubt. Okay, note down this. Note down this, then I will explain. I will give some more points for that. What happens to the OH? I mean hydrogen at 3' end. That is a doubt. What a big doubt. Who is that? Who is that asked doubt? What Shama? What a doubt ra? Shama. Okay, note down this. Complete? Yes, good. Write down. 20 different amino acids occur freely in cytoplasm. 20 different amino acids occur freely in cytoplasm. In inactive states. In inactive states. Okay, which form amino acid pool, Next point, each amino acid is activated by amino acyl synthetase which transfers amino acids to the 3' OH group of 3' OH end of tRNA. Okay, the binding of amino acid to tRNA, to the tRNA is called amino acid activation, or charging of tRNA. Next point. Amino acyl tRNA synthetase. Amino acyl tRNA synthetase is an energy dependent enzyme and gets energy from ATP Okay, the tRNA after binding with amino acid is called charged tRNA or amino acyl tRNA. Amino acyl tRNA. Next point. There are at least 20 different tRNAs. At least 20 different tRNAs for 20 different amino acids. For 20 different amino acids. Next point. The binding of amino acid or activation. Binding of amino acid with the tRNA involves two steps. See the two steps now. First, amino acid is there, right? That amino acid, hey, 10:15 is break. Morning I told you, 10:15 to 11:15 is break. Amino acid plus ATP plus enzyme. What is that enzyme? Amino acyl tRNA synthase enzyme. Okay, they will combine, and on combination there is a pyrophosphate, inorganic pyrophosphate will be released, and pyrophosphate is released, two phosphates are released, means then monophosphate will be there. Then amino acid AMP enzyme complex will be formed. This is first step. In second step, this amino acid with AMP enzyme will interact with tRNA, and there is formation of amino acyl tRNA, and that AMP will release out. Amino acyl tRNA means amino acid tRNA will be formed, plus AMP will release and enzyme will release out. Enzyme will release out. So this is a two-step process. How that activation of amino acid is taking place is, activation of amino acid needs energy in the form of ATP. That energy is taken. That energy which is forming here is used, I mean ATP is broken down into AMP plus inorganic pyrophosphate. When it is broken down, some energy will be released out. That energy is used for the formation of the bond. The bond is formed between amino acid AMP enzyme by the release of energy. The same energy is used to binding of that enzyme, I mean amino acid with tRNA. Okay, ATP is there, ATP is broken down now. ATP plus amino acid plus enzyme. Triphosphate will be there, pyrophosphate will come out, two phosphates are coming out. So during that, what enzyme? Amino acid activation. Which enzyme is involving? Amino acyl synthetase. Now also I told you, enzyme is amino acyl synthetase. That amino acyl synthetase enzyme plus ATP plus amino acid. That enzyme plus amino acid plus AMP will form one complex. Then that complex interacts with a tRNA molecule, and tRNA plus amino acid will form this AMP, and enzyme will come out. So this is what we are saying, amino acid tRNA, amino acyl tRNA molecule or charged tRNA molecule. Okay, write example. Example. Methionine, that only I told you na, methionine tRNA plus methionine gives methionine tRNA methionine. Suppose aspartic acid is there, tRNA which carries aspartic acid is called as aspartyl tRNA. That aspartyl tRNA combines with aspartic acid. So when that aspartyl tRNA is combined with that aspartic acid, then it is called as charged tRNA. What are here left side? This is, I mean this one, discharged or uncharged tRNA. Uncharged. Charging. What is charging? Amino acid is charged here. Uncharged tRNA molecule combined with amino acid, and there is formation of charged tRNA molecule. So there is at least 20 different tRNA molecules for 20 different amino acids. Okay, understand? Next point. Right, next point. For initiation, the specific tRNA carries methionine is referred as initiator RNA. Yeah, what is so 10 to 10:15 break? Okay. Now it is 10:05. Yeah, take break. Immediately you can take break up to 10:20. Okay, take break now. Or repeat that last point. I will repeat the point. Take break and join by 10:20. For initiation, the tRNA, which is a specific tRNA, is called initiator RNA. No tRNA for stop codons. Okay, take break. Join at 10:20.